Hey everybody, it's Matt from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to show you my Ultimate Box Vegeta deck profile. So he's got Warrior Universe 7, so it's like the Tournament Power cards. His auto is when his card attacks a leader, yeah, that's leader. If you have a Universe 7 in your energy area, draw a card, and he gains 5k. So, and that's for the duration of the turn. And then his Awakening is getting 2 energy back. So his Awakened side is Warrior Universe 7 again. Permanent, during your turn, if you have 3 or more Universe 7 in your energy, this card gains 5k. So it could become 20, which is great. You don't have to combo as much into it to put that pressure on. And you can put 5 in and your opponent has to go super combo and a 5. Just to get over it by 5. And then he's got the auto of when his card attacks, draw 1 card. Then you may choose up to 1 of your energy and add it to your hand. If you choose to add a card from your energy to your hand, choose up to 1 card in your hand and put it into the energy. So you can afford to tap yourself out and you still end up with an active energy. Okay, so onto the main deck then. So start off with the extra cards. Because set 5 has come out, at last, I have put a couple of, well, I'll say a couple, I think I've only put, yeah, literally 1 card from set 5 in. I put Dimension Magic in. This is purely because this is a blue leader, so why not? For those who don't know what Dimension Magic is, it's a negate that you pay 1 blue for, counter attack. It's got a permanent, Sparking 5, where you can take a life to play this instead, and basically have a blue leader and you get 2 energy back, because it can only be used with a blue leader. Yeah, so if your leader card is blue, negate the attack, so yeah. Right at the top there on the counter attack. And then we got 3 Flying Nimbus. Yeah, so there's 5 negates to the deck. The reason why there's more Flying Nimbus is because I want to be able to stop that aggro. Just the way I choose to play it. So you negate the attack and then you can discard a yellow to stop the opponent having more attacks, because they can only swing with 1 battle card after that. And then for the last extra card, we got 4 copies of Universe 7 representative. So it's got Permanent, where this card, it gains Universe 7 in all areas, so it's searchable. And it's activate main, you pay 1, doesn't matter what you pay. You look at 7 cards on top of your deck and you add a Universe 7, so you can just grab this if you really want to. Okay, on to the main deck then. Well, the rest of the actual battle cards on the main deck. For the another negate, but also because it's yellow, it helps, and it's also Universe 7, so it's searchable. It's the Master Roshi one. So it's fodder for Flying Nimbus. It's also going to be played off its own ability. And then we got the 1-drop searcher for the deck, the ready to fight Son Goku. So when you play him, you look at top 7, add Universe 7 to your hand. Top 3, not top 7. It's because I was thinking of representative. No, it's top 3, guys. Representative 7, he's 3. Right, so into 2 drops. We've got the Agony of Hell Freezer. So when you play this card, you can choose up to 1 freezer in your drop area and add it to your hand. It will become clear. Because for those who know my freezer deck from Tournament Power, yeah, I've still kind of got that in here, but obviously using Vegeta now, and there's a few other changes. And then we got the super combo for the deck that can be triggered. 5, it will be triggered at 5. And it's Universe 7, and it works with Universe 7, so it's searchable. the last 2 drop of the deck, because the leader is blue, using the 4 unyielding, just for the extra, having the untap during my turn to potentially make more plays, because you have unyielding and your leader effect to get more energy into the active. God, there's a lot of free drops. Right, so onto the freeze then. We've got 2 infinite energy Android 18. This is your 10k that can come into play once you comboed with it. Then we've got 2 Focus Mind Sun Gohan. I kept this in just so I can try and get the board presence using his ability. And we got 3 copies of Focus Mind Piccolo. So he's a blocker with barrier, and he's got a permanent. During your opponent's turn, if you have 4 or more energy, he gains 5k. So he's a 20k blocker, played at the right time. And then we've got 2 copies of Energy Guard 17. So this is another blocker, but this is a blocker that can attack and go back to active at the end of your turn. So he's very good for that. I could swap him, the 18s out for 2 more of him, but I like having the 10k combo that can come into play. And then we've got 2 copies of All Cost Vegeta. So this is the only 4 drop in the deck. And he's got a very long effect. So we have Auto. When you play this card, you draw a card and you get an energy back. So he effectively comes out as a 3 cost, but you still have to play 4 to bring him out, obviously. And because he's Universe 7, he obviously can meet the requirements of the Universe 7 stuff. And his activate main is once per turn, you choose 2 cards in your life, you add them to your hand. This card gains 3000 power for the duration of the turn for each energy you have. Then if you have 5 more energy, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, and this card gains triple strike. So yeah, you have to have 5 energy to gain the triple strike, but still, it's a lot of pressure. Okay, on to the 5 drops. We have 3 copies of Full Power Spirit Son Goku. So this is your your evolve target for something else in the deck, but he can also help yourself awaken and so on and so forth. There's more to him than just being in there randomly. So he's got double strike, which is always good. Auto, when you play this card, you get to draw a card and choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. So he's the same as Vegeta, but he's a 5 drop. And he's got an activate main. You choose 2 cards in your life, add them to your hand, and this card gains 10,000 power for the duration of a turn. So you can be 35 double strike, and probably if you're at 6, can awaken you. Okay, for the last 5 drop of the deck, we've got 4 copies of Cold High Strike Freezer. I've kind of kept this as the main theme of the deck, the Freezer stuff, just because I feel like it's better to have that 7 drop Freezer, which I'll show in a sec. But anyway, so he's got dual attack, and when you play this card, you may place 1 Universe 7 from your hand in the drop area. If you do so, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch them to rest mode. Those cards cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So you get to lock down some of your opponent's things. And he's got dual attack, which is always nice to have. Okay, on to the 7 drop of the deck. We've got 3 copies of probably I feel the ace of the deck. Also, before I go any further, I do not have the Victory Strike, which is why the build is the way it is. So if I had the Victory Strike, I probably would have taken this a slightly different direction, but because I don't, this is how I've chosen to do it. So this is Frieza, Emperor of Universe 7. You EX evolve by paying 1 onto Universe 7 from your hand that's a Frieza. So, yes. And then he has triple strike, which is always nice to have. And then he's got a permanent. If your leader card is yellow, ignoring that. I'll read the rest of the effect, guys. But so if your leader card is yellow, your opponent's counter skills and non-keyword auto/active skills cannot be activated unless they place 1 card from the life into the drop area. Yeah, so he's kind of still in there, not for the permanent, but for the triple strike, basically. If I change back to the freezer leader, then I could have his permanent being active. But no, he's just a beat stick with triple strike that can come out quite cheaply. And then for the last card of the deck, we've got the Sun Goku Hope of Universe 7. So this is the EX Evolve, place 2 Universe 7 from your hand into drop area. So it goes, where is he? Onto this, basically. So that's why that's in there. And then you got triple attack and critical. The auto won't apply, but I'll tell you what it is anyway. So when this card attacks, if your leader card is green, choose up to one of your opponent's choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand, or up to 1 of their battle cards and place it in drop area. So if I had the green leader doing the triple attack crit and they're losing cards out of hand, but it's ignoring the auto, it's just there for the triple attack crit, basically. And there you go, guys. That's the Vegeta Ultimate Box deck profile. May tweak it in the near future, but for now that's what it is. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.